Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and I am a drone pilot, and I'm out here today as a drone pilot with a nice little RC plane. This is a P-51 Mustang. It's by Volantex and this is version 2. Now I haven't flown this plane yet, but I'm pretty interested because the surface areas, well, it has aileron, it has elevators, and it has rudder. A lot of times you don't get rudder on the little planes, but it has everything. And it's got stability and it's got 3D mode to doing flips, and I believe it does rolls automatically, so you don't even have to touch the controls too much. It comes with spare props just in case you toast your prop, which is pretty cool. You get quite a bit. So the 4-bladed ones look more authentic than the 2-bladed ones. It comes with a nice little remote that's going to get you 200 meters of range. I'll put what that is in feet. You can order this with 1, 2, or 3 batteries, and each battery is supposed to give you 15 minutes of flight time. So let's go take it for a flight and see how good it is. Now to get this little baby flying, the first thing you do is take your remote, put some batteries in it, and power it on. Make sure your left joystick is all the way down. You'll hear a beep and the light will just stay red for a little bit. Next, take your plane, flip it upside down. You have a battery hatch in the front. Pull out your battery cable and then plug in your battery. There we go. Just leave it like that. Flip it over. I'm not even putting the battery in yet. Let me see, just flip it over. As soon as you move this joystick up and down, ooh, is this even in the camera? As soon as you move this joystick up and down, you're going to take off the throttle hold and this prop will work. So I'm going to show you it now. It's not a big deal. You'll hear that little sound. Now, if I move this, I have prop. Get my fingers out of there. But the reason I put the battery in, and then flipped it over really quick is because the stability has to adjust itself. So now it's all adjusted itself. I'm just going to put the battery back in. You don't have to do it exactly my way. There's different ways to do it, but that's how I do it. And this battery just goes in vertically, like straight down. And when you get the battery in correct, pushing it straight down, it should disappear. So it should disappear right into the bottom. Where is it? There we go, in the camera. There you can see it's all the way in. And now you can actually push the wires in and you're all good. Get the wires in, close the hatch, and we're ready to fly. So my plan is this. The plane is down here. There are wheels on it that you can take off if you wish. I'll leave them on. I'm gonna try to take off from the ground. Hopefully it doesn't nose over. If it gets up in the air, I'll fly it around a little bit and then I'll land it back on here. That's my first test, so let's try that. After that, I'm gonna just hand toss it and toss it in the air. I'm gonna put my little switch up here to beginner mode. Am I on beginner mode? Yes, it is. Okay, beginner's all the way this way. And here we go. Oh, look at that, it takes off from the ground. A lot of these planes, you can't take off from the ground because they nose over. There you go, fly it up. So this is with stability on right now. Stability just causes it not to roll over and crash. So hopefully my camera picks this up. It does move pretty quick. I'm going to reduce throttle and see how slow I can get it going here. Let's bring it down a little lower. I'll do a few passes at me. Coming around. All right, coming right at me here. All right, missing all these posts. This is like an obstacle course out here. I think I'm going to go fly elsewhere. It's a little dangerous. So what I want to do now is to try to land it. Let's go like this. I've got the throttle off, so there's no throttle happening. I'm just going to glide it. There we go. I landed it. You know, the prop, the nose touched, but that was a landing. So that's pretty decent. Now I'm going to hand toss it. Okay, now some of you might not have a surface like this to take off from or land on, so you'll just want to hand toss it. So how do you hand toss a plane? I love showing people this all the time. Let me see if I can get this. Don't do the following. Little planes like this, try not to do this, because what happens is you kind of throw like a girl. It's like you might throw the nose down. I know that looks really girlish, but anyways, that's just how I'm trying to explain it. So just do the underhand like this. It's going to go up, and that's what you want. You don't want it to go straight up or else you're going to have a problem. You just want it to let it go about here and you'll see it's fine. So this camera's got me on an angle. This one's over there. I'll just put the prop on, give it full throttle. Just do this, and there she flies. I will say on full throttle, it really wants to boogie. It's a nice flyer. It's kind of difficult for me to tell someone who's never flown a plane before that this is easy to fly, because for me, I could fly this in my sleep. But for somebody who's nervous, never flown something before, this could be a bit of a struggle for them. Honestly, it's just hand-eye coordination. You just have to make sure that when the plane is coming at you, you reverse your little inputs into your joysticks. because everything's opposite, obviously. You know, going away from you, it's one way, and coming towards you, it's another way. It's that simple. All right, there we are. I'll bring it down for a landing over here, right at my feet. There we go. Beautiful landing, and the tip's back on its nose. Now, I did notice this plane has an awful lot of power. It really pulls with the 2-bladed prop, and I'm sure with the 4-bladed prop it pulls even more. So I'm gonna try, I don't recommend this to anybody. I'm gonna try sticking a little camera up top so you can see the view like this as it's flying. So the camera points down a little bit. I can't really get it to go fully straight because I can't move it too far. I think that's about the CG. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna throw it with the camera on. It's either gonna thunder in or fly. Okay, here we go. A lot of weight. Oh my God, it flies with that heavy camera on the front. It's a little more wonky to fly, like it wants to crash. It does not want to fly perfectly straight, but it flies enough that I can show you the video coming off the nose. I'll just keep it up. I'll come and dive at me here. Coming down. Well, actually, I didn't get it to dive, I got it to go up. It's good. It's pretty sweet. All right, let's bring it around. I'll get it to dive down the runway here. Try not to crash into anything. There we go. Whoa, look at that thing go. That's pretty sweet. I'm amazed. Well, at least you got some video footage. There's a little 3D button on here. When I hit it, it's gonna go into 3D mode. It beeps. There we go. It did that automatically. That's pretty cool. So you can get some cool things. So coming at me now, 3D mode. Do it the other way. Wow, and then it straightens itself out. So that's pretty neat. All right, does it do loops? Let's try loops. I'm just gonna pull the joystick back after I hit the button this time. And pulling it back. Oh, it's trying to do a loop with the camera. It saved itself. That's pretty sweet. All right, if there was no camera on it with all that extra weight, it would do really well, but it's doing a great job as it is. This is an awesome plane. I'm liking it. Okay, I guess I should bring it down then. I don't have any wheels on it. I took the wheels off so there's less weight, and that means I have to land it in the grass. So let's bring it at me so the camera can see. And I've got the power off. Ooh, there we go. So with the camera on it, what happened was as it got low to the ground with that extra weight happening, it just rolled over. It did a tip stall, which is normal. If you have too much weight on an RC plane, and you reduce the throttle, it will tip stall, which is basically plunk, and that's what happened there. But all in all, I was pretty impressed that it carried my little Insta360 camera. All right, the next thing I want to show you is what you get in the box when you buy this plane. Check this out. This is the box your Mustang arrives in. You will notice that the Mustang arrives fully assembled. However, you will need to attach the landing gear. The landing gear simply snaps into place. You have no worries of damaging or losing your prop because plenty of spares are provided. In addition, a USB battery charger is also provided, and if you have any 1-cell batteries at home with this type of battery connector, they will probably work. A radio controller is also provided and the switches are well marked. You will need 4 AA batteries to power this radio controller. And finally, a user manual is included, so now you're all set to fly. Now I should mention there's a few more features on this remote for this plane. There's a silly feature like return to home. All that means is if I fly it out straight and I hit, I think it's this button or this button here, it's the trim button. If you hit one of them, it will do a 180 and come straight back to where it took off from. There is another cool feature on here designed for people that are really slow at grabbing the joysticks after they hand toss it. So in the manual it tells you that you can press this button up here with the throttle all the way down and hand toss it and then give it some throttle, and it should go up in the air and then turn around in a big circle and fly over top and wait for you to touch the controls. Anyways, read it in the manual. It's something designed for beginners. I didn't try it here because it's not something I'd ever use. And finally, you do have over here, you could put it into full stability. That's what I flew it in today because I know a lot of beginners are going to buy this. And then when you get really good, you do have full manual mode. So there's no stability, and that just means that you have full control of the plane and you can flip it all over the place in the air and do all sorts of things. I didn't show you that here today because my little hat, this little GoPro, would not see it when I'm doing flips and rolls. That's why I only tried the flips and rolls using the little automatic button that's up here with my little Insta360 on it, because it didn't require any input from me and I could do it at any height because it does it all itself automatically. So cool. So I'm going to put links to this product below. I think it's really good. I don't know the price on it, but I definitely think it's a good plane for beginners to learn on, and it looks pretty stunning. So if you have questions on this really cool product, post them below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you in a future video with many more cool reviews. Until then, I say bye.